We can all agree that this is very ambitious, and this is my fall TBR. Hello everyone and welcome back, or if you're new here, hi, my name's Bree, stay for a while. Obviously this is my fall TBR. I love fall. I call it fall, even though I live in the UK, it is autumn, that's what we call it autumn. I just like fall, because fall just makes sense to me, you know, the leaves fall off the trees. It's fall in my eyes. But I've got a very ambitious stack of books here that I want to read this 2024 fall. Am I gonna get to them all? Probably not, because I'm delusional and we live in Delulu land over on this channel. So in this stack of books, we've basically just got a massive pile of fantasy books. I think there might be one romance book in there, because I think we can all collectively agree that fantasy is fall and fall is fantasy. It's fantasy fall. I really wish that I was like a thriller mystery girly, but I'm not. I might give one or two a go on my Kindle, but I haven't got really any in mind. I don't know any good ones, so if you have any thriller mystery recommendations, leave them in the comments down below. That's enough yapping. I'm sure you just want to see all these books, so I'm just gonna get into showing you. I will say that none of these sort of any particular order. I've literally just stacked them here and I'm just gonna show you guys. We do have some rereads in here, which I'm excited for. I think there's 2 or 3 rereads in there, which I'm so excited for them. But we're just gonna work our way through the stack, and first we have Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenstella. I recently received this, I think I bought it from Vinted, and I don't know why, but just like pirates and treasure hunts and things like that, they just scream fall to me, and this cover just screams fall. I think it's YA, I have no idea, but it's something to do with like they're sent on a mission to retrieve an ancient hidden map, the key to a legendary treasure trove. Anything to do with missions and things like that, sign me up. Also, I'm gonna go through these quick fire because there's a lot to go through. And then we got What Lies Beyond the Veil. This is book number 1 in the Flesh and Bone trilogy. This is actually on my TBR for this month in September, and I'm very excited to get to this. This has been my TBR for 2 years, I think. I've got all 3 of the books. But this is a fae fantasy, and guys, fae, fall, fantasy. Good alliteration, and it's there for a reason, because they all just go perfectly together. I have no idea what this is about, but I'm excited. I've got a bunch of books here because there's nothing that screams October and Halloween like witchy books. So I've got a bunch of witchy books that I want to get to. And first one is Threadneedle. This is the first book in a trilogy, I think it's going to be, or maybe a duology. I'm not 100% sure. But this is Threadneedle by Carrie Thomas, and this is a witch book. That's all I know about it. That's all I know is that it's based in London, and I very rarely read books that's based in the UK. But I have actually got the second book to this as well, but considering the amount of books that's in here, I might not even get to the second book, so I didn't put it in the stack. And then we got Serpent and Dove. I didn't know what this was about until I did my TBR video, and I realised it was about a witch and a witch hunter. So it kind of gives off Crimson Moth vibes, which I DNF. But hopefully I don't DNF this, because I've heard amazing things about this. I've got the first 2 books, but I'm not sure how many's in the series. Maybe there's like 4, I think, or is it a trilogy? I'm not 100% sure, but that's all I know is they're about witch and a witch hunter. And then we've got The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Now, this has been my TBR for so long, but I have never read Dark Academia book. I tried to read The Atlas 6, and I really didn't get along with that, but I think this is just like Dark Academia. I don't even know what it's about, but I just know that this screams fall. Like whenever you search up on Pinterest, people have those like fall pictures up on Pinterest. There's always this in the pictures somewhere. So this, every time I look at this, I just think of fall, and I think of orange leaves, and I just think of pumpkins and pumpkin spice. That's what I think of when I look at this book. And I remember when I bought this from Waterstones, the guy that was serving me, he said that like if he could only read one book for the rest of his life, he said that this was the book. So I have high expectations. And then we've also got These Hollow Vows and These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan. Again, fae fantasy fall. We're here for it. And the female main character in this is called Bree. But I love reading books where the female main character is called Bree, because I feel like I can really imagine myself as that character then. But I've heard amazing things about these, and I'm really excited to get to these. These were meant to be read in my July TBR, I think, but I never got round to them. So hopefully I get round to them this fall. And then continuing on with our witchy books, we've got The Bone Witch by Rin Chupeco. I've seen this everywhere, and that's all I know, that it's about like a necromancer, and she got necromancers are really bad and like frowned upon in the witch community, so she gets like sent off to somewhere else to like hone her necromancy powers, I think. I could be totally wrong. I love when I try and guess what the book is about and then I go into the book and I'm completely wrong. And you guys that have probably read these books are probably laughing at me thinking, Brie, what are you on about? And then I think this is the last of our witchy books. We got Night of the Witch by Sarah Rash and Beth Revis. I couldn't tell you what this is about either, but all I know is I really like the cover, and at the back it says their love could never be forbidden, and I was sold. I bought the book. And this is quite a recent addition to my TBR. Oh, this is another witch and witch hunter, because it says at the front, a witch should never fall for her hunter. Is there anything original with these witch books? Or are they all just witch and witch hunter books? Got A Court is Cruel and Lovely by Stacia Stark. This has been my TBR for ages. I've got the first 3 books. I think there's 4 out at the minute. I think there might only be 4 books coming out. I'm not 100% sure. But I think this is a fae fantasy again. Yeah, Merciless Fae. So another fae fantasy fall. We love it. But I've seen Emmy. She's been reading all the books in her like reading vlogs and she raves about them so much. And I really want to get to these. Like, I'm so excited to get to these because anything that Emmy likes, I feel like I love as well. And they've been in my TBR for so long. And I think it's about time I read them. Moving along, we've got White Lark and Nightbane, which I've spoken about a few times on my like TBR videos and book recommendation videos, how much I really want to read these because it's about like trials and deadly games with like romance and stuff, and I live for anything to do with trials and deadly games, and I feel left out because I've seen so many people read these books and I've got FOMO, so I really want to read these. And then we've got The Gods and Monsters. I'm holding this up as a prop. If you've watched my mood reading vlog, you know that I've read this book, but I want to read the second book and the third book because I'm obsessed with this, but I cannot find the second book anywhere, so I'm gonna have to order it online because every bookshop I go into, every Waterstones I go into, never have book number 2 or book number 3. I don't know why. I think it's that popular that they're just selling it out in every single Waterstones around me, so I've had to order it online and they will be coming soon. I'm very excited for them. But the second one is Throne of Broken Gods and the third one is Dawn of the Cursed Queen. If you love Crescent City, you will love these books. And then this is the only romance that's on my TBR for this fall because this is the epitome of a fall book. It's The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore. I wanted to read this last year when it first came out, but I never got around to reading it, and then I feel like you can't read it unless fall, so it's a very seasonal book. So I am very excited to finally get to this because the second book has actually come out, and if I really love this then I'll read the second book as well. And then going on to a reread of mine, A Court of Thorns and Roses. I've already mentioned that I want to reread this book in my books I want to read by the end of 2024 video. I think I mentioned it there, but I'm going to start my reread soon because I need to annotate all of these. I'm going to do a full reading vlog on me annotating and with all my thoughts and my reactions of rereading these books, all 5 books, and I'm so excited to just annotate the shit out of these books because I miss them. These books are like my babies. They make me feel like home, and I don't know why because they're not. I've read so many other better like fantasy books because this was like the first step into fantasy. They just hold a very special place in my heart. And then I want to start my Lee Bardugo journey. I really want to read Six of Crows, Crooked Kingdom, Rule of the Wolves and King of Scars fall because I feel left out because everyone has read these and everyone's speaking about them. As I've mentioned, I have FOMO, but these just scream fall to me and like winter, but that's all I know what this book is about, is like some sort of heist. I am gonna rewatch the Shadow and Bone trilogy, like not trilogy, like the series on Netflix. I think I'm gonna rewatch it. I can't remember what happens, but I have already watched it and I don't know guys, let me know in the comments down below. I've watched the Shadow and Bone series on Netflix, and usually if I watch something first I can't then go and read about it because I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I can read a book and then watch the film. Let me know in the comments if I should read the Shadow and Bone trilogy first before going into Six of Crows and then Rule of Wolves. Let me know because I want to have like the best reading experience with these because I want to be obsessed with them. The people who love the whole Grishaverse are really cool people and I want to be a part of those people and a part of that community. And as I've mentioned on my channel before, I really want to start my Cassandra Clare journey because again I have FOMO guys. I feel like everyone read all these books when they were teenagers and I feel left out, so I want to start my Cassandra Clare journey. I want to at least make a dent in the in the Shadow Hunters series. So apparently you should start with the Mortal Instruments series, so I want to at least read the first 3 at least, which is City of Bones, City of Ashes and City of Glass. I got all these in from Vinted, by the way. All of my Cassandra Clare books are from Vinted, and these are in like immaculate condition. I think I paid like £5 for these 3 books. Such a good deal. And then another reread is Fourth Wing. I really want to reread this book like ASAP because I miss this world as well. I miss Zayden. Oh, I really miss Zayden. He's another book boyfriend of mine that I'm obsessed with. And like all the dragons and the banter between the dragons. Oh, I love it so much because this is my favourite. I wasn't that much of a big fan about Iron Flame. This Fourth Wing I was obsessed with. This was a 5-star, like 6-star. I was obsessed, and I'm gonna go back and tab this as well. And then lastly we've got Zodiac Academy. This is just the first book. I have read the first book. They're all up on my shelf and they weigh an absolute ton, so I wasn't bringing them all down. I was just bringing this down, but I think I've got book 6, 7, 8 and 9 and 8.5 left, and there's a few like little novellas. I think there's 2 novellas I need to read as well. I really need to get those done this fall. I probably will, but I've said it so many times, all of my videos, I'm only allowed to read 1 book a month. I want to savour this series so much because I will just binge them back to back and I want to savour them. I've made it myself a rule. I've restrained myself. I'm only allowed to read 1 book a month. But I think like 8.5 and 8 you have to tandem read, and apparently there's like a massive cliffhanger at the end of 6, so I think I'm probably going to read 6 and 7 together as well, like back to back, because I don't think I'll be able to cope with the cliffhanger. And that was all of my books. It's very ambitious, I know. We love an ambitious queen over here. I'm going to try my best to get to all of them. I probably won't. Who am I kidding? I just lied to myself. I like to lie to myself about my TBR. It makes me feel better, and it makes me feel better about the amount of books that I have to get through. And if I think that I can read like 20 books a month, it'll make me feel better. I wish I was a fast reader and maybe I could get through all these, but I'm not. And I've got raging ADHD, so I can't sit and binge a book for that long. You'll probably see a bunch of these coming into reading vlogs. I try and do a lot of reading vlogs here so you can see my thoughts and reactions live when I'm reading a book, which I just love doing. It's my favourite thing to film. So make sure you're subscribed so you can see all my live reactions to these books in reading vlogs coming up. And while you're down here, don't forget to comment if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts were, because I love hearing your thoughts and feelings on books as well. And I shall see you guys next time. Bye!